Hand in hand, he dug up a cow and gave his own charge to his sister, all just so she could survive. But when she grew up, she joined forces with top experts, seal me within the reincarnation seal, prepare to refine me to the point of life and death. Fortunately, at the moment of death, the reincarnation seal distilled all my lifelong memories. Son, your mother is about to give birth. Do you want a brother or a sister? I want a little sister. The names were all set. He called it Ning Bing. Are they my father and mother? Luo Dad, certainly. You have to survive, father. Father, mother. Your great grudge can be avenged. This is a money-losing guy. Leave it here and let it fend for itself. Hurry up, bad luck is unlucky. Such a lovely female eagle. Why did her parents abandon her? Mom, if I have a sister in the future, what should I do if my sister is making a fuss? Once you're full, you won't cry anymore. But in this remote wilderness, where is there any milk? If the eagle girl is me, then I owe heaven and earth a life-saving favor. Village chief, yesterday, I found a female eagle in the mountains. Isn't this Xiaogang's child? I'll notify them right away. Wait a minute. Last night, weren't you the ones who threw this child away with your own hands? Nonsense, he's our biological daughter. It's like, have you ever seen a parent abandon their own daughter? This girl cries at the drop of a hat. I still have to sleep. Anyway, since that kid left, why not throw it again? What if those meddlers sent him back again? Or we should sell it. It can be sold to people in other villages. Serve as a child care mat. Are you even worthy of being parents? He was my child. How should it be handled? I'm in charge of the rules. Didn't you want to sell him? All right. I'll buy it. You buy, you little brat. Do you have any money? Wait for me a moment. This white tiger is for you. Is it enough? Take it away. This is a money-losing guy. From now on, it's your childcare seat. You can command me however you want. From now on, we depend on each other. Never to be separated. From now on, you'll be called by Ningbing. It turned out Empress Ningbing was saved by the Heavenly Emperor in this way, although not her biological sister. But this kindness probably surpasses that of family. She saved my life. Wait until this matter is settled. I will be at the death pass. From then on, he never set foot in the world again. Do you have anything to eat there? No? She was hungry. Breastfeeding is fine, but you have to trade things for them. Child, listen to a book and offer a single word of advice. Throw away this burden. You can't support her. She is my sister. As long as I have a bite to eat, he would never let her go hungry. Anyway, I won't keep her at all, sis. Sis. No, it is incorrect. It's the older brother. My brother. When the Heavenly Emperor was young, she really has nothing to say about the Empress. It's like raising a mat together. At the very beginning, am I really her companion in the same household? But Yi Feng, why did you change later? Pacify the troops, hide behind a tree, don't make a sound, there is danger. Got it. Breaking bones in death can be called the supreme of the human race. That's right, the one who saved me back then was her. It must be that Empress Ningbing has a pure heart. She didn't start the bone extraction at the time, directly pointing to her greed. Brother, what is supreme bone? It's a tough bone. With it, one can become the strongest supreme in the world. Then dig it out and give it to brother. You can be the supreme one, okay? Childhood words without taboo, childhood words without taboo. Sister, we can't do that. No matter how good someone else's things are, in the end, it belongs to someone else. Chongtong is already an invincible path. Why borrow another's bones again? Other people's things will ultimately belong to others. Yi Feng, since you understand this principle, why did you later seize my reinstate? I never owe anyone. What do you want? Are you a practitioner? Can you teach me how to cultivate? I want to protect my sister. It was already too late. Cultivation must begin early. The best time has been missed. This is the most basic cultivation method. What kind of refinement can it become? It all depends on your face. He actually broke through the chi refining well in such a short time. Is this guy a monster? Big brother. Back then, you clearly possessed the bones of immortals. Could it be just because of a single supreme bone? Does that really change you? Pacify the troops. Follow your brother in doing it. Although I didn't want Xiao Ningbing to get involved in the revenge, but cultivation has many benefits. I want my sister to stay with me all the time. Everyone, enjoy watching closely. Empress Ningbing's cultivation speed. It will definitely be implicated in a day, bro. It's so hard. Brother, can you teach me? After all, the Ningbing Empress was too young. His mind was still incomplete. After someone was guiding him from the side, her cultivation speed would surely catch up with heaven and earth. That makes sense. After the young world gave his guidance, the Empress should be able to keep everything under wraps. Pacify the troops. Close your eyes. Calm your mind. Follow me to feel the spiritual energy in the air, like breathing. Absorb them into your body. Now, clearly, someone is already guiding her, yet Empress Ningbing still couldn't sense the harm from her anger. It's just too unreasonable. This should be related to childhood. Mind and wisdom are all connected. I suppose in a few more days, Empress Ningbing can enter artifact refining. Ladies and gentlemen, now there is only one explanation. Empress Ningbing has not yet awakened and regained her comprehension. The Heavenly Emperor only awakened his reunification after experiencing the annihilation of the village. Awakening and remastering seem to have some conditions. I only remember a major disaster when I was a child. When I woke up, my power of Reconnect-Ion has already awakened. As for how the power of Reconnect-Ion was obtained, I've always felt that the time has come. He awakened on his own. Half a year passed. My sister still couldn't enter Nanami to train. Since my sister couldn't cultivate, then I must work hard to become stronger. Only then could he protect her properly. It was just an ordinary basic cultivation technique. Heaven and earth can cultivate to the level of apes and eagles. It's hard to imagine giving heaven and earth a good cultivation method. How far she could cultivate in her youth. Brother, you're so bored. How about we go take a walk around town? I heard there are lots of fun things over there. My current strength is enough to protect my sister. All right. Is it the opera that others often talk about? Sister. I don't understand this. It's okay. Anyway, the older brother is the strongest. Everyone has things they don't understand. I vaguely remember. My great precept. It seems to come from here. Unexpectedly, in such an ordinary town. It actually appeared. Such a spirited little girl. What exactly is going on? Xiao Ningbing not only failed to activate the power of reunification, he died in childhood. How is that possible? I vaguely remember experiencing a major setback. After waking up, I felt a sense of rebirth. Do you want it? Come, here you go. Sister, how are you? Answer me quickly. You give me my sister back. Give me back my sister. It was actually sword intent. Horse. The emperor was close to the throne. How is that possible? I'm 2 realms below this young eagle from Yuanying. But in the end, he was suppressed by the other side. He wondered what would happen after defeating this white-browed cultivator. Does Empress Ningbing still remember? When I was young, I once faced a great disaster. Many details are hard to remember. He only remembered that after waking up, he saw his master. Later, I failed to join the sect and achieved what I have today. This young man seemed to be protecting that little girl. But this little girl had already lost all vitality. Was it really necessary for her to do this? She is my sister. As long as I have something to eat, I will never let her go hungry. I really hope that the Xiao Ningbing in the picture is me, but I don't want it to be me. If it really is me, I don't even know how to face being stabbed by myself. In a few days, the Heavenly Emperor brother will be falling for her. Little kid, you're done for. At a time like this, still protecting a useless girl. How could there be such a foolish person? Your reunification will be taken by me. You're not allowed to say that. You're not allowed to say that. My sister will drag you down to hell even if she dies. The Heavenly Emperor has gone mad. She actually wanted to self-destruct the monkey eagle. After this explosion, he will never be able to enter the realm of reinforcement for the rest of his life. The Heavenly Emperor had mastered the destruction black light since his youth. It's just too strong. The Heavenly Emperor, this insect child. His right eye only had a destructive black light, but the white light did not revive. This meant that in the future, he would forcibly dig out Empress Ningbing's insect child, all to steal the revived white light from the Empress Ningbing. Something was off. We've seen Bai Ningbing use the bug child, but it doesn't seem to be the revival of the white light. I have never used reclusive white light. My bug child has always been the spirit of destruction of black light. This person is an eternal criminal of the entire Tianxian realm. He actually intervened to save the Shofeng Heavenly Emperor at this very moment. The person who made the move. He is the master of Empress Ningbing. Thank you, Senior, for saving my life. No harm. Today, I am in a space elsewhere, just as you sense a spatial rift. It seems that you and I are destined to be together. Please, Senior, save my sister. Those who have already died, the flesh is proliferating. And it is of no use to me. Why should we save him? They had thought it must be Empress Ningbing's master who had saved little Ningbing, but reality has proven them wrong. So the world-honored one was kind to me. Is it also because of my heavy copper? There's no such thing as good without reason. But the Heavenly Emperor treated Xiao Ningbing with selfless kindness. So what does it matter? Senior, to you, I am also a dying man. Why did the Senior save me but not my sister? You're different. You are a useful person to me, because you have heavy copper. Young man, don't misunderstand. I won't take your heavy copper. On the contrary, I will also give you everything I have. The young Heavenly Emperor's mind was no different. In the end, he only sought to obtain this power, just become stronger. If I could obtain this inheritance, can you save my sister? No, because your sister is already dead, not to mention you. Even if the great emperor is here, you can't save your sister, since that's the case. This power is for me. It was meaningless. You have heavy copper. Just this point is better than anything else. Has the innate divine ability of heavy copper. Grant them time. This will help heal the injuries. If my sister had heavy copper, can she accept that? The legacy of the He-Huan sect. If you accept the inheritance, and whether it is possible to die and come back to life. Your sister doesn't have Chongtong. She's just an ordinary person. Leave her behind. When you become strong in the future, a sister like her, it doesn't matter how many more you recognize. If I give Chongtong to my sister, does that mean she can accept the inheritance and be reborn? The Heavenly Emperor said something. She wanted to give her eyes to her sister, then let Xiao Ningbing accept the inheritance and be reborn. After all, this is Chongtong. How could anyone be willing to give it away? Wait, if this succeeds, then now Ningbing's female empress is Chongtong. Did my reunification really come from my brother? But I was stabbed by my own brother. How should I face him from now on? Young people, I admire your care for your sister. But even if you transplant the re-access to him, he was still a dead man, unable to accept the legacy of the Huan sect. The senior was right. The dead cannot accept the inheritance. But senior, you can save my sister first, right? Not bad. Even if the great emperor is here, you can't save your sister. But I can. Someone even the great emperor couldn't save. He actually managed to save her. What realm is this old fellow? But I won't save him. You are the most suitable successor of the He-Huan sect. Not a senior, not a senior. You will definitely save him. Because next, he will have the Cheng Tong system. Even if I recall his soul, he would also be in the state of a living corpse. If my sister accepts the inheritance, can it be restored to its original state? Since that's the case, that's enough. Heavy. And governs the divine authority, the number of unification, and restored the divine mandate, a unified explanation. This kind of pain. In the end, the original mother was deceived and deceived. Do you really need to pump up thousands or tens of thousands of times after draining your air? Wasn't Empress Ningbing forcibly possessed her divine powers before? This is the first time I've truly experienced this pain. I was knocked out by heaven and earth earlier. When he woke up, the bug is gone. Could it be that you knocked me out back then, just to avoid letting me experience this inhuman pain? Rescue. My sister, you. No one knew how long my sister would be gone, waiting for her to come back. How can I find you? No need, I don't think I'll live to see that time. It turned out he had long considered this his last meeting in his life. Waiting for him to return, if you were still here. This toughness will lead him to find you. Thank you, Senior. Unfortunately, my duty is to find successors. I have no right to use sect resources for myself. Otherwise, I will use divine pills to treat you. Although I cannot mobilize sect resources, although I can't use sect resources, I can use my own strength to help you. As you can see, I have long since died. Now, it was only in the form of a soul body. So Master was only a soul body. He became the successor of the He-Huan sect. You're way more qualified than your sister. If you hadn't preserved her physical body intact, I was powerless to do anything about it either. The senior was her great benefactor. But why did you save me, Senior? I'm a useless person now. I see infinite possibilities in you. If he survived, my future achievements may exceed my imagination. I had a feeling, in the future, your sister will grow up without hindrance. Perhaps it wasn't He-Huan Zong who relied on him. It's you. Empress Ningbing's master had a terrifyingly sharp eye for people. The militia empress had traveled all this way. The greatest courier has never been about inheritance, but the invincible brother Tiandi. Oh, so much. How am I supposed to pay it back? A great kindness from the senior. I will repay you. If there's anything I can help with, I will do my utmost. If that's the case, I actually have a bit of indifference. If in the future you encounter a bloodline in my sect, please lend a hand. I understand. If you encounter the descendants of elders and old friends, shelter them completely. All right. All right. The time has come, young people. You won't let me down. Young people. You sacrificed yourself for him to this extent. If it were someone else, will he treat you the same way? He will. He definitely knows too. But I hope he never suffers such a thing. I had already sensed it. You want to save him, pacifying the troops with the Empress Dowager. The Heavenly Emperor committed many evil deeds. It can't be released. He is my older brother. He may have let down the people of the world, but he didn't apologize. She would rescue him and stay with him in seclusion. This Heavenly Emperor should be. He has let down the people of the world. How can we settle the bloody battle in which our Sword God clan was slaughtered by him? Think twice. Your bug child was taken by him. The bug child was originally given to him by him. He wanted to take it. As is expected, welcomed the soldier's sister. Stop it. You have no chance of winning. He must be eliminated. Please. No. Used. When heaven and earth are refined, cut off and it's over. If it is the clouds that gather in harmony with the seven seas, this bit of wind and snow is perfectly balanced. But now, I am a cripple. There was actually a trace of spiritual energy lingering on his body, or maybe it's just for show. Approach. Dead longing for his beloved, definitely not a bad person. He crazy. People were frozen stiff. No need for fire roasting. Instead, they used blood to rub them down. Isn't that just killing someone? What do you know? The whole body must freeze stiffly, and you must never start a fire directly. Burning with fire can cause blood vessels to rupture instantly. You must rub your blood to warm it up. So that's how it is. No wonder she is the Empress, broad in knowledge and experience. Strange. This kind of technique, this kind of expression. Why do I feel this girl has such a unique trait? But the head was so sharp that it was like this toward the man. You absolutely cannot die. What exactly had he been through before? The injuries were terrifying. Could it be that you are one? What a brave and fierce cultivator, isn't it? I went to such lengths to save you. By then, you won't repay kindness with enmity, will you? Before he lost consciousness, he was still thinking of his family. He probably wasn't the kind of villain who repaid kindness with enmity. I didn't expect your chi seed to be destroyed. Speaking from the perspective of cultivators, he's basically a useless person. Even if you want to repay kindness with enmity, there's nothing we can do about it. But even if you really repay kindness with enmity, I'm not afraid either. After all, no matter what. I'm also a member of the Sword Spirit Alien clan. What? The girl actually came from the Sword Spirit Alien race. Speaking of which, wouldn't the Heavenly Emperor be repaying his enemies with peace of mind? It seems like that feeling before. It was because of this young woman. Is it because they also belong to the Sword Spirit Alien race? Ladies and gentlemen, although this Sword Spirit girl saved the Heavenly Emperor, it was truly infuriating. But don't forget, it was the girl's action. It makes it seem that the Heavenly Emperor is the more hateful one. That's right. This Sword Spirit girl was kind-hearted. What is truly hateful is the future of the world. I'm still hungry now. The profile of this Sword Forest girl. Why does she look so much like the Empress of the Sword Forest? Empress of the Sword Forest. It was during this period that they rose to prominence. You wouldn't think so. This girl must be me, the Emperor. Please take a look, everyone. She was clearly an ugly woman. How could she compare to the peerless Empress of Manhua? Appearance doesn't matter. This girl was a member of the Sword Spirit clan. I have already sensed the condition inside her body. She is the greatest difference from me. This is the strongest evidence. And will seek revenge. Where is this place? Was it you who saved me? This is Binghan City. It belongs to the territory of the Sword Spirit clan, but it was already considered one of the abandoned cities of the Sword Spirit clan. As for who saved you, of course, it was me. You must not repay kindness with enmity. Did you hear that? Thank you. You still need to rest more. Better not hold off on the event for now. Who are you? Why save me? My name is Ashue. He was from the Sword Forest clan. That's possible. This girl not only has a profile appearance, even the name. She was also so similar to the Sword Forest Empress. As for why I saved you, I don't want to stand by and do nothing. When I heard you were unconscious, still thinking of your family, I don't think you're a bad person. Or maybe it's because of me, a cripple. It's rare to see another useless person. That's why I wanted to save you. So that's how it is. Thank you very much for saving my life. Sorry. I shouldn't have said you're a cripple right now. No harm. It is merely the facts. But why do you call yourself a useless person? My spirit is still parched. Could it be that this girl is just like me? Our Sword Saint clan. He cultivated the ultimate swordsmanship. Who knows how many swordsmanship masters from the northern region have emerged, but I'm different from everyone else. Because I was born without a sword heart. This Axu was only one word away from the Sword Folk Empress. The profile is also very underwhelming. Could it be that the girl later obtained Kenshin through other means? After all, Bai Ningbing didn't have heavy copper at first. Later, the Heavenly Emperor gave him his heavy copper. If that's really the case, isn't that so? You wouldn't think so. After obtaining the sword heart, Axu became the Emperor. Wrong. This is also what I have said before. The biggest difference between the Blade and Spirit Girls and this Emperor. I possess the glazed sword heart. It is the clearest and most flawless sword heart. The glazed sword heart is an innate sword heart. It is impossible to unlock it through acquired methods. Especially since Kenshin and Jutong are different. It cannot be transplanted arbitrarily. So this girl, it is absolutely impossible for him to be the Emperor. Not bad. Kenshin represents a person, a heart for understanding the way of the sword. Even if he obtained another person's sword heart, it is also completely unusable. My understanding of cultivation, all of them came from here. Yi Xiaoyao's most basic cultivation method. He knew nothing about Kenshin. Miss Axu. Tell me about your Sword Spirit clan. Alright, I'll tell you. Our Sword Spirit clan is really something. The origin of all this begins when Pangu created the heavens. That's about it. I can't tell you any more. Even these were enough. A life-saving kindness is unforgettable. Miss Aksu. You saved me. Is there anything I can do for you? There really is one. Appropriate. I will do my utmost. Simply put, it's quite simple. It's hard to say. Live well, don't die. Just don't let all my efforts today go to waste, alright? I promise, Miss Aksu. He definitely wouldn't die easily. What does it mean to not die easily? Absolutely not allowed to die. Your life was something I barely managed to save. Your life was something I barely managed to save. If I don't allow it, you must not die. Did you hear that? Alright. As long as I have a breath left. He absolutely refused to let himself die. Besides that, I can still promise Miss Aksu one more thing. Miss, is there anything you want me to do? Just live well for me. And I have saved so many people. If only they were all assigned to do the work, then I'd be exhausted. Sounds like this. Miss Aksu has saved many people. Of course, I've saved many people. There are so many. No, it is incorrect. There really is that many. You keep calling Miss Aksu, Miss Ashwe. Didn't he find it awkward? Just call me Ashwe. Didn't you just say? Can you still promise me one thing? I now ask you. You can't call me Miss Ashwe anymore. Just call me Ashwe. This? Alright, Ashwe. Unexpectedly, the other party would make such a promise, used in such a simple place. By the way, Wood, you haven't told me about you yet. Why did you come to Binghan City? Ashwe. Have you ever heard of, in the matter of the Yama Hall? Never heard of it. Never heard of it. What's wrong? Wood, aren't you going to talk about your own business? How did this get involved in the Hall of Hell? You really are a good brother. He treats your sister even more than his own brother. Your sister is really lucky. Having a brother like you, I didn't have any. Ashwe. Although I'm not suitable to be your brother, but if you don't mind, I can be your good friend. Then let's be good friends. Be lifelong good friends. Don't look at me. Let me see. If my face is exposed, he definitely doesn't want to be friends with me anymore. Not at all. Ashwan, you are clearly very beautiful. Your soul is beautiful. I didn't expect you to be a bit slippery. Wood. Headwood, how about I teach you how to practice swordsmanship? Maybe you can become a sword cultivator. That way, you have a chance to get revenge. Are you afraid that I, a useless man, won't be able to teach you well? My foundation is now destroyed. He was already a cripple. Can he still become a sword cultivator like this? Our sword spirit clan is different from traditional cultivators. There is no need to sense the chi seed to refine chi, even if your foundation is destroyed, but it was still possible to cultivate the sword path of the sword spirit clan. This Aksu is truly utterly foolish. The foundation was destroyed, the sea of chi dried up. And how could he become a sword cultivator? Yes, every sword cultivator's cultivation requires a powerful and unmatched sword heart. The Prince of Wangteng. No matter what, this girl is still one of our sword spirit alien clan. Please do not insult this girl's pure heart. Now, the young heavenly emperor has become a cripple. Ashwe definitely couldn't teach her back. Indeed, it is so, except for one situation. Otherwise, the heavenly emperor would never have become a sword cultivator again. No? Maybe. Absolutely impossible. The heavenly emperor has already been deposed. Why can he still swing out of Sword Hill? Glazed sword heart. There was actually a glazed sword heart in heaven and earth. The only special case I just mentioned. He was the one who bore the glazed sword heart. But the glazed sword heart clearly belongs to me. Never before has a second person ever owned it in all eternity. Heaven and earth have the heart of a glass sword. The sword register empress also has it. If what happened to Bai Ningbing happened again, that would be a big problem. Impossible. The glazed sword heart cannot be transplanted. Such a thing could never happen. You're really amazing. I couldn't even practice since I was little. I must work hard to become stronger. In the future, He will avenge his parents, waiting for his sister to return, and to protect the girl I just met today. Could it be that the Heavenly Emperor's talent was always like this? Previously, she was only restricted by a terrible cultivation technique, as long as she was given a normal cultivation method, and they can rise wildly. Little demon brother, you really don't need to blame yourself anymore. The later rise of the Heavenly Emperor, this Axu is the real culprit. Even so, it was also I who set the Heavenly Emperor on the path of cultivation. In the end, I still can't escape responsibility. Why did he hear Wang Teng say that Shui was the culprit? I feel so uncomfortable inside. Sword. How could the Dao aura suddenly disappear? No. The swordsmanship cultivation just now was dissipated by me. It's not your problem. Wood, why are you doing this again, ignoring a good sword cultivation? Shui. I just think this Sword Spirit Clan sword cultivation method, there seems to be some issues. This is truly the biggest joke I've ever heard in my life. The sword cultivation method of our Sword Spirit Clan, but it was something other umbrella cultivators couldn't envy. But here at TND, it actually became a problematic cultivation method. What's the problem? Is there something wrong with my teaching? Shui. It's not your problem. It was a problem with the sword path of the Sword Spirit Alien Clan's sword technique itself. Shui. This sword cultivation method has always emphasized this. How to make sword cultivators stronger. How to defeat your opponent. But why become strong? Or rather, after becoming stronger, it was probably to avoid being bullied by others, like Wood. Once you become stronger, you can continue to seek revenge, not being bullied by others. It can even be reversed. Actually, that's the question I'm about to ask. This cultivation method focuses solely on sword training, but he didn't pay much attention to cultivating the heart of a sword cultivator. The cultivation methods of the ancient sword spirit alien race were quite different from today. It only emphasizes sword cultivation, not mind cultivation. The current cultivation methods of the Sword Spirit Clan, it was recompiled and improved by the Sword Spirit Empress. Because of this, do you stop practicing? Actually, it's fine to start practicing first. Other people's swordsmanship techniques, if contested, belong to them. I want to try to comprehend a sword cultivation method that suits me. Heavenly Emperor, could this be about to create his own swordsmanship technique? His previous thinking was correct. From a young age, he understood that other people's swordsmanship methods ultimately belong to others. Just for this alone, his future achievements in swordsmanship were bound to be extraordinary. Why does heaven and earth carry the heart of the wandering sword? But afterwards, he never used a sword. Could it really have been a twist of fate? Haven't stepped onto the path of the sword? It was late at night. Go into your room and get some rest. I'll stand guard outside for you. Wood, I'll give you a blanket. Are you carving a wooden sword? Do you want to use it as a sword companion? Wood really suits wooden swords very well. Perhaps there is no more than a wooden sword. This wooden sword suits you even better. Let me sit down. Cutting is easy to carve. Give it to me quickly. Blanched is really delicious. Do you have a name? Such a delicious soup. It's a pity not to have a beautiful name. Maybe you should give it a name. Wood. The soup contains cabbage and tofu, and some grains of rice. Since that's the case, let's call it Pearl Jade White Jade Soup. This is good. It's called Pearl Jade White Jade Soup. Pearls, jade, and white jade soups. I think I've heard that name before. Clothes make the man, and the saddle makes the horse. Wood, wearing this outfit makes you look much more spirited. A shui. What is that? It was a dual spirit pairing. As long as the two cultivators each infuse their own aura, the jade pendant will light up. If one side encounters danger, the other side can sense it. A shui. A shui. Buy this pile of jade pendants too. This things related to cultivators are quite expensive. I support the poor. Wood. You bought the jade pendant to give it to your sister in the future, right? If it weren't for your sake of your loved ones, I'm not buying it for you. I originally planned to give it to you as a gift. With these two spirit jade pendants, if Axu encounters danger, I can sense it. If you ever face danger in the future, I will risk my life to save you. A shui. You are the only one except my parents and sister, the best person for me. Just accept it. You are my only good friend. I don't want anything to happen to you. This kind of magical artifact is not only given to blood relatives, it was the Tao law given to him. I hope that one day I will never need to use her again. It turned out that in her life, there was actually such a woman who existed. Could it be that the Empress Dowager still has some fleeting years in her heart about heaven and earth? Of course not. I have only a deep grudge with heaven and earth, with no passing years. Everyone, listen carefully. Isn't it laughable to hear these words coming from the Heavenly Emperor's mouth? But there was one thing: the Heavenly Emperor wasn't wrong. He slaughtered so many cultivators, and it really wasn't with a sword. After all, the Heavenly Emperor ultimately did not become a sword cultivator. What if you never truly understand your own swordsmanship? If that's really the case, then I'll keep comprehending until I realize my own swordsmanship. If I cannot comprehend the path that makes my sword more than just a killing path, then I will never use a sword for the rest of my life. Wood, you've always been thinking of others. Haven't you ever thought about yourself? Only by holding a sword in your hand can you protect those you protect. Guard what you want to protect, and I will be genuinely happy. How could this not be for one's own sake? Only those wielding a sword in their hands can protect those they wish to protect. For some reason, these words gave me an indescribable sense of familiarity. Wood, since you want to protect it, you definitely can't die before me, got it? We have pinky promises, living and dying together. I didn't expect you to still remember. Let's check the box again. Wood. Even if I really die in front of you, you can't die either. Did you hear that? After all, only you can live well. Only then can you avenge me. I will never allow a shui to die before me. The scene when Xiao Ningbing died before my eyes, I never want to go through it again. This guardian sword. I have to do it. My purpose in practicing swordsmanship has never been to kill for the sake of killing. Instead, it is to protect those close to them, no more harm, and to use the prosperity and mandate of the world as a flourishing age to open up peace. The Heavenly Emperor's insights into swordsmanship. This has given me some insight. That's just how the lynching sword left his body. Sorry to disturb everyone. The words of the young Heavenly Emperor just now, I vaguely felt I had heard it somewhere before. I didn't expect these words. It was actually shot from the young Heavenly Emperor's mouth. Could it be divine transformation? The Heavenly Emperor's swordsmanship aura at this moment. He had actually reached the nascent soul realm. In one breath, he transformed into the divine transformation spirit. How is this possible? Ladies and gentlemen, although the Heavenly Emperor mistakenly used the sword path, but it was obvious he couldn't control his power precisely. Otherwise, why would it stretch out to the distant sea of clouds? The sea of clouds that does not appear in the end. How is your kendo misty chase going? Is there any progress? If there is no fog emerging from the sword path, then no fog emerges. There's no need to rush for now. At worst, I'll try to find a way to restore Kenshin. I'll protect you then, alright? He had mastered his own swordsmanship. What state are you in now? Launch? So impressive. It should be at least a golden core. If I hadn't reached the core Dao realm, that should be the nascent soul realm. Wood, are you teasing me? How could I be making fun of you? You've clearly already reached the nascent soul stage. I just said I wanted to protect you. But why do you still say it's good? You're clearly watching me make a fool of myself. Mocking me for overestimating myself. Whether or not you have the ability to protect me, this is all your promise to me. I would naturally agree. How could I possibly mock you? Maybe you really will be able to protect me one day. Who made the promise? I was just saying it offhand. Now you see, Dacheng, I'm itching to cling to someone powerful. You should continue cultivating. I went back to my room. It was a perfect match. Heaven and earth have united. Heaven and earth are probably about to undergo the tribulation of thunder. Success means entering the Dujie realm. If you fail, you will turn to ashes. Ladies and gentlemen, it was obvious that the Heavenly Emperor's swordsmanship had flaws. The sword Dao he had comprehended. At most, he could only cultivate up to the peak of the river channel. It couldn't attract Regia at all. No wonder the Heavenly Emperor never once wielded a single sword in the future. He seemed to be gathering sword momentum. It's like the bowstring being pulled ever more bent. The stronger the reflex. If that's really the case, the power of Dujie was unimaginable. What level will he reach? What a blockhead. Yeah. The young Heavenly Emperor and a Shui were here. Clearly, there was no danger. Other cultivators would not easily set foot here. Why is there no such person by the Heavenly Emperor's side in the future? That goes without saying. It must be that the Heavenly Emperor stepped out of this place with a single-minded desire for revenge, and a Shui wanted to follow. In the end, a Shui was implicated. Wood, today, I'll make you breakfast. Don't refuse me. Otherwise, they wouldn't treat me as a good friend. Do you have something to say to me? Do you have something to say to me? Wood? I'm leaving. I'm going back to the Sword Forest clan. In the coming days, the ancestral clan is about to hold a major sword ceremony. Guang summoned sword cultivators from all over the world. Everyone from the Sword Forest clan must come. These days are also my coming-of-age blessing days. So I had no choice but to go back. Alright. If that's the case, then Xian, you should go back. I'll go back with you. No, you're not from the Sword Spirit clan. You don't have to go back with me. Even if the Sword Spirit clan held a grand sword ceremony, and widely invited sword cultivators from all over the world, I am also a sword cultivator. Why can't you leave? Alright, that would. You can come back with me. It's a good opportunity to take a look. Another foolish person. The Sword Spirit clan resides in the upper realm, reporting that there is a teleportation array in Hancheng. As long as you pass through the teleportation array, we can reach the Sword Forest clan. No need. We fly up on our swords. A Shui. Come on. That Yama Hall must be one of the upper realm sects. In the future, I will make sure the Yama Hall finds out. What kind of price will the slaughter of living beings in the lower realm ultimately face? Wood, aren't you signing up? The Great Brush of Swordsmanship. I'll just be a spectator. Since you want to rent back this time, I'll stay with you. Wood, since you don't sign up for the Kendo Big Stroke, how about I take you around? Oh, this isn't the useless Sword Forest clan anymore. How could he still have the face to return to the Sword Forest clan? Wood. The Sword Forest clan forbids fighting outside the arena. Don't act impulsively. If they want to say something, just say it. Anyway, after all these years, I've long gotten used to it. Behind this pretty boy is a wooden sword, right? How can he be considered a sword cultivator? How funny, the one with a wooden sword. The name's on the list. Yifeng. Wood, I'm sorry, it's because of me that you were insulted by them. They just said that to you, you should be angry, and you might even step in to teach them a lesson. At worst, I'll bear the consequences. Ashue, your coming-of-age blessing is approaching, and I don't want to cause any more trouble. Ashue, it's late at night. The Sword Forest clan should have arranged guest rooms or resting places for the sword cultivators. Tell me where you are, I'll go find myself, and I'll come find you tomorrow. Wood, you didn't sign up, and you weren't assigned a room. In that case, I'll go stand guard outside the door for you. Why don't you sleep here with me tonight? If that's the case, Ashue, just sleep well. I never glanced behind me. What a blockhead. Wood, didn't you say you loved reading when you were a kid? Just stay here and read for a few days these days. Ashue. Gouged probably isn't someone outsiders can enter casually. Every member of the Sword Forest clan has the opportunity to browse the book pavilion, and there is a basic time-limited release every year. You can accumulate 2 hours each year. How long have you been accumulating? In the 18th year, this is equivalent to having entered the Zengye Pavilion for 36 hours. I originally wanted to enter the former pavilion to see if there was a way to awaken Kenshin. The pavilion once had 5 stories. Ordinary clan members like me can only enter the most basic 2 levels. The chance of finding a way to solve Kenshin is extremely slim. Spending these 3 days on me would be a waste. Haven't you always wanted to find out what kind of example Yang Luo's electricity is? Maybe you can find it right here. Ladies and gentlemen, since heaven and earth are not here for the rewards of the Sword Dao competition, that must be to enter the Sutra Pavilion. Wood remembers, the scenic line is on the first and second floors of the Remnant Scripture Pavilion. 36 hours have been achieved. Go quickly. Awakening Kenshin is a method to restore Kenshin. Could it be that the Heavenly Emperor didn't enter the Sutra Pavilion to look up information about the Yama Hall? Instead, it was to help Ashue find a way to awaken and see the heart. If that's really the case. But we wrongly blame the Heavenly Emperor. The County Spirit clan's insight is innate. At most, it will automatically awaken after infancy. On the other hand, it was someone like Axu who never showed her true feelings. All of these are revelations. Ladies and gentlemen, the Heavenly Emperor had been in the Sutra Pavilion for so long, he hadn't even looked up any information about the Yama Palace. This only exposed how cold-blooded she was. It concerns the blood feud between her parents and the entire village. She didn't even look into it. Truly, it is unworthy to be a son. Check. How is it supposed to be? Unfortunately, no way was found to awaken or restore Axu from her hardships. I'm asking if you've found any information about the Yama Hall. My hardships have long lost hope. The most important thing is to find out where the enemy is. In this way, wouldn't that be wasting 3 days on me? Even if they searched, they might not be able to find information about the Yama Hall. This force seems somewhat hidden. Besides, 3 days of time were not wasted. At least the Sword Spirit Alien Tribes collection. It still gave me some insight. He gained a bit more insight into swordsmanship. That is the Sword Master of our Eastern Sword Prison. He's very kind, isn't he? And the Sword Master is very powerful, but I feel like you'll be a bit of a woodblock later. He will definitely be stronger than the Sword Master. Very, very strong. Third Elder. And sent someone to bring the elixir. Grieving for that young friend. Fellow Taoists. The swordsmanship tournament has ended. The champion is a sword break. Any rewards will be personally bestowed by the Hall Master later. Thank you, Sword Master, for the reward. The ceremony was not as good as that. I have a bit of a heartfelt feeling. He wanted to compete with a fellow Daoist. It was him, Yi Feng. This young friend did not sign up for the kendo competition. The sword breaks the visitor, but the guest is the guest. Since this young friend did not sign up, how could I possibly compete with him? The sword master knows something he doesn't know. This Yi Feng is actually a friend of a Shui. During this period, apart from spending a few days at the Sutra Pavilion, the two of them had been together. They always lived and slept together. This fellow cultivator is considered half a member of the Sword Spirit clan. Defeated, not to mention that a Shui and this young friend might not have that kind of relationship. Even if that kind of relationship really is, shall we duel? Still have a bit of freedom of my own. I accept it, I accept it. This fellow Daoist, draw your sword. All right. Then you better watch carefully, Les. The year was Heavenly Emperor. How could he strike such a sword? At this moment, he was still barely. It's just the Dao integration mirror. You have to understand, in the hands of the Heavenly Emperor, and it was a wooden sword. If only he had a divine weapon and a sharp medicine, and how terrifying that must be. You say A Shui is a useless member of the Blade and Soul clan. Now you have lost your sword heart. He became what you call a useless person. What should we do now? The Heavenly Emperor can unleash a world-shaking sword strike even at the River Path realm, and it was a wooden sword. Why did the Heavenly Emperor take charge of the world? But no one had ever seen him unleash a single sword strike. The young Heavenly Emperor still hadn't overcome the Thunder Tribulation. If it fails to attract a Thunder Tribulation, his swordsmanship stopped there. How could he ever use a sword in the future? Young friend, please wait. This young friend, you defeat the sword break. He was supposed to be the champion of this competition, but the young friend did not sign up for the kendo competition. Rewards like famous swords and elixirs cannot be given to the young friend. No problem. I wasn't here for the reward myself. Not for rewards. Could it be that he came specifically to break the sword heart? This time, the champion of Dongjian prison. There is also the qualification to review the previous 3 levels. The sword is broken and no longer has a sword heart. Why not grant this qualification to young friend Yi Feng? Could you grant this qualification to a Shui? What a foolish fool. A Shui didn't see her heart. The upper 3 layers of books are simply impossible to comprehend. Even if it were given to a Shui, it would be a waste. I can do it like before, checking for Axu. If that's the case, then so be it. Then thank you, Sword Master. This is exactly what the young friend deserves. If a young friend does not abandon you, you can enter the Sword Sect as a guest elder. He gave some guidance to the Sword Sect disciples. Our Dongjian prison will surely treat you with courtesy. The 2nd and 3rd elders issued orders. No clan members are allowed to disturb them without permission. Yi Xiaoyu and a Shui, those who act abandon cultivation and cultivation. Thank you, Sword Master. The sword hearts of the few sword breakers could no longer recover. They can no longer become sword cultivators. 1000. Never give the wood a hard time. Although the sword broke their sword hearts and could not recover. But maybe a Shui could do it. At a Shui's coming-of-age ceremony, I will try to personally awaken Kenshin for our Yuki. Thank you, Sword Master. No harm. As the Sword Master, I can only give it my all and give it my all. Whether it succeeds or not depends on fate. This Hall Master will remain in seclusion for a few more days. The remaining matters, let the elders make the arrangements. Wood. No one expected the Wood to be fooled by such a trick. Wood, you're amazing. I know you're amazing, but I didn't expect you to be this powerful. A Xian. Have you ever felt, when your sword master left, it doesn't seem very happy? After all, The sword heart of the broken sword was already broken. In previous years, Dongjian prison was always at the bottom of the competition. This year, I guess I'll have to give up everything. Looking at it this way, he just couldn't feel happy. Let's not talk about that anymore. Tomorrow, you will earn the qualification to once be on the 3rd floor of the pavilion. Then you'll have another chance to investigate the matter of the Yama Hall. The founder has said he wants to personally awaken my healthy mind. This time, it will definitely succeed. So you must investigate your own situation. Wait until Axu, your coming-of-age ceremony is over. I went to the Sutra repository to investigate the matter of the Hall of Hell. Go tomorrow morning. Coincidentally, my coming-of-age ceremony was still 5 days away. Just in time to avoid delay. When you come out, you can still attend my coming-of-age ceremony. Then we can return to Binghan City together. Daoist Yifeng, the founder has already prepared a petition for you. Daoist Yifeng doesn't need to stay here. No need. I'm staying here tonight. There are things you have to do. Thank you for your kindness, founder. The wood must stay with me. The wood must stay with me. And there are things that must be done. What exactly could it be? Wood. You said you wanted to stay in my room tonight. What exactly is it that must be done? Ashwe. You'll find out when night falls. Let's sleep for 2 people. It will definitely help 2 people sleep comfortably. Gigi always manages to sleep soundly. Ashwe. Snow. What's going on, you? What was done? It's nothing. He only sent Ashini to the Origin Sword Wing. Origin Sword Wings. No wonder he looked a bit weaker. Tomorrow I'll go to that Sangjin Pavilion. These few days I was away. With this primordial sword wing, even if the sword soul returns to its peak, it won't hurt you in the slightest. Would. How can you be so foolish? How could the Origin Sword Wing be given away so casually? The sword soul broke through the sword heart. It's hard not to hold a grudge in her heart. She was very likely to take risks that would harm Ayuki. Now that this primordial sword wing was present, even if the sword pierced into the avatar, it wouldn't harm Ashway in the slightest. Would. You gave me so much. How am I supposed to pay it back? I actually think you're the one who gives me more. It's getting late. Get some rest early. Tonight, I want to hold you while sleeping. Ashway, this is inappropriate. Would, all along, I have been all alone. I just want a warm embrace to lean on. Even if it's just for one night, that's fine. Please don't push me away, okay? All right. Ashway. Think about it. Axu had always felt insecure inside. Would. It seems I have no secrets left in front of you. Would. Since that's the case, let me tell you another secret. And it's a secret only I know. How is that possible? Why is it just like Sword Niece's father? Could it be that after Axu awakened the glazed sword heart? HMPH, don't treat the glazed sword heart like a big cabbage. I was certain that Ashway definitely didn't have the Lioli sword heart. Why did he have such a peerless woman's embrace in his youth? What a foolish blockhead. Ashway. That has always been your disguise. It's all your way of protecting yourself, isn't it? If Axu hadn't protected herself like this, it probably has long since become the roadhead for you as a cultivator. Yes, but now, that's a secret only the 2 of us know. Ashway. How did you use that artificial mountain bar on your face? Of course, it was painted on it. At first, I thought it would be good to fool some ordinary cultivators, but in the end, I found out. It seems no one has given me the appearance I have. Ordinary methods are actually the best. If you apply a transformation spell, Instead, it would attract the attention of the great cultivators. I, a great beauty, shared a room with him. I, a great beauty, shared a room with him. He only cared about the scars. What a blockhead. Would. Did you sleep well last night? Fortunately. How about we sleep a bit longer? I meant to keep holding and sleeping like before. Just lie down a little longer. Not good. Let's wait until tonight. Wait until you return from the hidden gold pavilion in a few days. Mewtwo. Such a beauty. Even if I could be a field dog every day, I'd be willing. It's so sour I'm dying. I swear. Remember to wait for me to come back. I'll go to your coming-of-age ceremony with you. Got it. The coming-of-age ceremony is scheduled 5 days later. Coincidentally, you also have 5 days in the scripture pavilion. There was just enough time. Still, I couldn't find a way to awaken and see my heart. But these swordsmanship books, this has broadened my understanding of the sword spirit alien race. After browsing through so many secret points, but he still couldn't find the Yin Luo Hall. There is still plenty of time now. It had only been 5 days since I last saw a Shui. There was always a vague sense of unease in his heart. There is no need for excessive formalities. The coming-of-age ceremony at Mao Hour was approaching. Get ready and come to Qiangshan. Sword Master, isn't the coming-of-age ceremony supposed to be held during childhood? It was indeed like this in previous years. However, this time I will join forces with the Grand Elder to try to awaken the heart for you. It will take a lot of time. So the coming-of-age ceremony was moved up. But the Sword Master, I promised the would. No? I agreed to Yi Feng's request. We'll be waiting for him to come back. The coming-of-age ceremony is not just your own affair. The other disciples were already waiting at the front mountain. Moreover, if you awaken Kenshin early, when young friend Yi left the library, give him a surprise directly. Wouldn't that be even better? And at this moment, the Heavenly Emperor was absent. This sword-mad blue probably has other intentions. Ladies and gentlemen, Sword Madman Lan must be a true gentleman. He was nothing like the Heavenly Emperor, a hypocrite. Just watch for now. What's wrong with the Heavenly Emperor? Could something have happened to Axu? But the twin spirit jade token on the Heavenly Emperor did not flicker. The Heavenly Emperor's mind was extremely meticulous. He must have discovered details that many people find hard to notice. I think the Heavenly Emperor isn't much better. Otherwise, how could the invincible Heavenly Emperor be sealed inside the reincarnation mirror now? This suppression of the Heavenly Emperor seemed to have gone too smoothly. So smooth that it felt strangely abnormal. That person must have discovered some detail. He reacted like this. Ashua really must have gotten into trouble. Anger. Rest, not to lose Ashua's aura. But there wasn't even enough ground. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you, Jian Guanglan is a true gentleman. At this moment, the Heavenly Emperor interrupted Ashua's awakening ceremony. He even damaged the main door. Jian Guanglan didn't mind. This is the true demeanor of a gentleman. Would. What are you doing here? The Sword Master and the Grand Elder are awakening the sword heart for me. Success can be achieved quickly. Would. You finished reading the book collection, haven't you? Report to Han Cheng. Wait for me. When I awaken Kenshin, I will meet you myself and come find you. The awakening ceremony of Ashua's sword heart must not be disturbed. You should still do as he says. Wait a moment. Axu, you must know this in your heart. They are not here to awaken your heart. You can't help but feel the loss of vitality. If this formation continues, you'll lose your life. Moreover, even if it means waiting for me, why did you have me report back to Han Cheng? You just don't want me to be in danger. That's why it's said this way, isn't it? Actually, I have always been there. Alone and daring. The flavor here is more than enough. Not bad, not bad. No wonder this sword master admires you. I didn't expect you to actually find out. Still, I was somewhat curious. How did you find out? That day when I thanked you. But you don't seem very happy. Because it concerns a Shui. That's when I started to doubt. You're having some kind of idea about Axu. The Heavenly Emperor began his cultivation first, the sword path of the Sword Spirit clan. Later, when he took the initiative to disperse them, that's what he said. The young Heavenly Emperor's mind was already so meticulous. Wouldn't that be the adult Heavenly Emperor in the future? Have we truly sealed the Heavenly Emperor within the reincarnation mirror? The Heavenly Emperor had already been sealed inside the reincarnation mirror. This is an indisputable fact. 7 days passed. Heaven and earth will be completely refined, and the body perishes and steals away. Such a pure sword heart is a world of youth. Would he really commit such world-ending acts of a demon? Clearly, the wood had long ceased to cultivate sword points. Clearly, the wood had long ceased to cultivate sword points. He actually managed to counter sword madmen in one go, which is problematic. Mewtwo is really amazing. I didn't expect that among the renowned Sword Forest clan that Axu mentioned, the sword master of the Eastern Sword Prison turned out to be a hypocrite. A hypocrite dresses up in a room and is a true gentleman, but a true gentleman lives his life with integrity. As long as you make one mistake, they will be regarded as true villains. Who is a gentleman? Who is the villain? Who can say for sure? Why would the building have to say so much to this kid? Just kill him outright. Crossing the tribulation below the street tower ritual. But what is the path of a trivial matter? Today, I will let you know. What is a great achievement cultivator? How dare you ambush me? Then let me be your master. Fortunately, heaven and earth did not produce another one in the future. Otherwise, after all eternity, who can withstand the sword path of heaven and earth? Why didn't Jian Guangdong step in to save him just now? Maybe you didn't expect this. I actually didn't save the Grand Elder. The Grand Elder Qian Li had already reached the close. But in you, I see endless possibilities. I have a feeling. One day you will win the land. As long as you enter my prison, the position of the Grand Elder, I can absolutely let you do it. And I have only one condition. I want him. Jian Guanglan actually used the Grand Elder's death to show his sincerity. He didn't even care about his own trusted Grand Elder. Winning over the young is a world of no matter what. The condition was that only Axu was needed. In the end, he's just a lecher. What exactly is there about Axu that you care about? Then I would like to ask, what does Axu have about you that you care about? Could it be just because she is an extraordinary beauty? There are. Women only slow down the speed at which we sword cultivators draw our swords. The sword needs to stay away most from emotions. Born as bone. How could one have such intentions? Could it be that a Shui is actually a bone? But Axu was clearly a living person. Sword Emperor, what did you think of? A Shui's true body is very likely a flawless sword bone. The flawless sword bone is as rare as the glazed sword heart. Rare fruits are hard to encounter. Sword Emperor, besides the glazed sword heart, the sword-born Empress, but there was still the flawless sword bone. The two fundamentally cannot coexist. Sword gives birth to the Empress. How could he bear the glazed sword heart at the same time? It lies in having flawless sword bones. The first time I met a Shui, that feeling was similar to seeing the supreme bone on Yi Xianyo's body. Maybe I really wasn't mistaken at the time. Did I really say just this one sentence? He can figure out the relationships involved. Truly worthy of being someone I value. Do you know that a Shui is not human? It was nurtured to the point of no visible bones. If it weren't for a Shui, She would have no time to see the bones, if it were not for the original view mainly to cover up the situation. Originally, the Lord would not show special mercy. He was kept in Binghan City for years. I am not even human. None. What use is Xiaojian Valley to you? Cleansing the sword heart. Reshape your talent. No, it is incorrect. If Jian Kuanglan really succeeds, it should be a clever reputation. But I've never heard of the name Jian Kuanglan. Even if they really cleanse the sword heart, reshape your talent. I imagine ascending the tomb and the well. Even if it's just a quasi-ground spot, it takes countless efforts. How many life and death battles have they endured? 1,000 years ago, this sword master accidentally discovered this Wuxia Sword Valley. This is because even my talent is mediocre. Grant me the chance to change my destiny. This Wuxia Sword Valley. He absorbed the true sword intent of the Eastern Sword Prison on his own. It took 1,000 years of swordsmanship cultivation throughout the entire Eastern Prison to become human. On the day of this flawless Sword Valley coming of age in human form, its value will reach its maximum. Devouring it would completely cleanse the sword heart. Reshape your talent, fellow Daoist. Although a Shui is from the Seamless Sword Valley, but it's completely useless for you. He was undoubtedly a complete useless person. Are you really going to fight me over such a useless man? Sword Valley in human form is absolutely a peerless beauty. But so what? The rosy skeleton is all but the dusty world. If you can't break the mortal world, what great Tao can you cultivate? I want women. You can choose from any woman of the Blade Spirit clan. If I am properly attain my position, a woman outside the Sword Spirit clan, I can even snatch it for you. If you don't want to be Grand Elder, I can make you stand on equal footing with me. I will do my best to meet any other requests. Axu is now a cripple. He offended Jian Kuanglan, who was at the peak of the true immortal realm. This is extremely unwise. The young heavenly emperor really seemed to have no reason left. Perhaps it really is as Wang Teng said. He will hand Axu over. Since you are speaking sincerely, let me tell you one more thing. Do you know why I hold my sword? Holding a sword in his hand. Only then can one protect those who wish to be protected. Now I almost want to kill you. Can you listen to me say a few words? Actually, even if I were devoured, it wouldn't be a big deal. I originally belonged to the Sword Forest clan. It's only right to contribute to the Jianlin clan. The Sword Forest clan and the Eastern Sword Prison have also done me a favor. Being devoured by the Sword Master is also a way to repay this karma. Axu actually chose to be devoured by the Sword Madness Orchid. Could it be that he was truly in such pain that he had completely become a death trap? As long as Axu died, he would never be the future Empress of Experience. Fellow Daoist, you heard it too. Since this is Axu's own wish, why are you so stubborn? As a sword fruit, his fate was to be devoured. Fellow Daoist, everything I have said before, every condition I promised, still valid at this moment. A Shui, let me ask you, do you really not want to live on this day? Of course, didn't I just say I should repay this karmic debt? Alright, in that case, I respect your choice. A Shui, do you remember the vow we made the moment we became good friends? Do not seek to be born on the same year, month, and day, only wishing to die on the same year, same month, and same day. I was just saying it casually. But I took it seriously. Since we agreed on it, we are living and dying together. I will never abandon you. Since we had agreed to live and die together, if you voluntarily seek death, you want me to die with you. You don't. I promised a Shui, I will live well. Since I won't die, a Shui, of course, you can't die either, isn't it? I'll ask you again now, you really don't want to go on living, me? I want to live. I want to be with you, I still want to go to so many places with you. I already know what you've truly chosen now, Axu. I was the one who held you back. In the end, I am still a useless person. Who says a Shui, you're a useless person? I also want to thank you, and you dragged it out for me for so long. I'd like to see this building. You now. How could he break all this? Is that all? So the second sword was your real wooden bell. I really did underestimate you. But what about now? Shenzi was cut off. Heaven and earth are so early in the world to be at a loss for words. Impossible, I thought. I thought. There's a saying that's true. After crossing the tribulation, he took the floor chair. I am not the grand elder you destroyed with a single sword. Since I can't do anything to you during the tribulation, on a new day, I cross the tribulation. He didn't come. This heavenly Tao tribulation thunder is truly terrifying. Back when the local tribulation was underway, it attracted the 100-mile thunder tribulation. It was also the first time he felt the will of the heavenly Tao. This was clearly a sign of the Immortal's day. At this moment, the heavenly emperor had summoned 7 numbering rituals. He still deliberately suppressed it. Today I am entering the tribulation, heaven's favored child. The heavenly emperor was actually the favored child of the heavenly Tao. This item was definitely not some favored by the heavenly Tao. It seemed the heavenly Tao had discovered a demon that could threaten him. He wanted to kill him. All living beings in the world, there really are those who can threaten the heavenly Tao. Why the heavenly Tao calamity thunder? Yet I can't hurt you. Between heaven and earth. No illness, no mind, without illness or the way. A mere tribulation of thunder. What can they do to me? He could swallow the tribulation lightning alive without getting hurt. Heaven and earth can swallow the tribulation thunder and not die. It has nothing to do with strength. It was the suppression of the struggle. Explaining the sword path of heaven and earth, it can completely crush the unity of the heavenly Tao. Speaking of innate talent, this position of heaven and earth is rightfully attained. And if your innate talent and nature are not pure, a cruel world is also useless. Thunder. Jia had not yet finished crossing. He actually advanced directly to the 5th level of the tribulation crossing realm. Big. So what if it succeeds? Today? Let me show you what dangers there are. What sword? The sword of protection. The sword of heaven and earth was actually this powerful. Within the territory of a large sack half a pace. Battle at the peak of Xinxian Peak. The chicken produces blue and flames. Jian Quanglan was being struck dead by the heavenly Tao tribulation lightning. Really? So impressive. Yi Xiaoyu. Have you ever met my sword master? He was struck dead by the heavenly Tao thunder tribulation. The sword master was a dignified peak true immortal. How could he possibly be killed by the heavenly Tao thunder tribulation? It's you. It's you. You killed my sword master. I invite Lord Sword Emperor, standing up for the Eastern Swordfish. He was forgiven for this and took action. Gu Chi, could this be the Sword Emperor? To appear and save the second elder at this moment. Only the Sword Emperor of the Sword Spirit clan remains. Sword Emperor, please help me restore my sword heart. I can't live without Kenshin. He thought it was enough to win this kid down. Unexpectedly, this sword shattered his sword heart from a distance. Just a lackey. Now that the sword heart is shattered, even immortals cannot save it. What use is keeping these abandoned chambers? Such a strong sense of oppression. I am the Sword Emperor of the Jianbei clan, Jian Wentian. This Jian Wentian is probably at least a quasi-emperor. The youth world was truly trapped in a dead end. This young friend, I really underestimated you. The younger generation is truly formidable. I didn't expect it either. The Sword Emperor of the Sword Spirit clan was actually a quasi-emperor. This Sword Emperor doesn't like to talk much, so you must die. The power this kid just unleashed, definitely far beyond his own realm. Until the Heavenly Tao Thunder Tribulation. Previously, the Heavenly Emperor had forcibly made it attached to the wooden sword. Now that he had absorbed the Thunder Tribulation, he had suddenly soared to the 5th level of the Vanguard army. The Vanguard is 5 layers of battle formation. Still the Heavenly Sword. Next, it was time to risk his life to make the call. Don't fight him to the death. Let's run. The Sword Forest clan's gold coin sword bamboo. There will definitely be a way to deal with this sword issue. Xian, how far is the sword species from here? Due north, 100 li away. Alright, Xian, let's go to this sword and challenge. Within 100 li, I will never lose. Trying to escape. This Sword Emperor has long said, facing the Emperor, you have no chance. Sword Cavalry. Jian Chen, could it be that he had only glanced once? Sword Wild Escape. He comprehended the secrets of the Sword Minister. Zhao Niantian's only chance to survive. It was Jian Wentian. It was all thanks to his genius and treasures. Forcibly pushed up to the Quasi-Emperor realm. It is a truly magnificent place. Stay. You can't. Yes, and suffered such great humiliation. I am the dignified and majestic emperor, hunting down a mere vanguard. It took all this effort. Junior. You asking for death? Kill. Kill, no? Sword move. How is that possible? The Sword Empress's innate earth energy scattered sword. How could he appear in the forbidden land of the Sword Spirit clan? Scattered swords. Why did it appear here as an unfinished form? This is not a scattered sword. Facing the Spirit Heart sword, engraved with the words Soul Heart sword. The blade of this sword was completely blank. How about it? I am fine. This is the forbidden land of our Sword Spirit clan. Sword type. The forbidden land has special restrictions. Restrict entry for members of the Sword Spirit clan. The higher the cultivation, the stronger the rejection. I have no cultivation. You're not from the Sword and Soul clan, so they won't be stopped. Ashwe. Ashwe. The method you mentioned to deal with Jian Wentian is a good method. What is it? Wood. As long as he obtained a peerless sword from among the sword seeds, you will definitely overcome it, Ashwe. The current deadlock, it's not something that can be changed with just one sword. No, that sword is different. Wood, look, it's that sword. Such a powerful sword. It seems this sword is not yet finished. It really hasn't finished living yet. I always feel like it's echoing me, until Sword Madness Land declared that I was the Flawless Sword Valley. Only then did I suddenly understand. Wood, Flawless Sword Valley can cleanse the sword heart. Reshape your talent. However, there is another secret that neither of them knows. Sacrifice the sword. Sacrifice the sword. And wished to offer a sword in sacrifice. He could only offer his living person as a sacrifice. Jump into this sea of fire. Wood. Wood. I've never given you any gifts all along. This time, let me give you a supreme sword. You're not allowed to jump. We swore an oath. We must live and die together. Wood, I just became this sword. Accompany you in a different form. This isn't considered death. Wood. We now have no other choice. Isn't that so? Ashwe, if you jump down, you are no longer my friend. Who says there is no other choice? Ashwe had no cultivation level. He absolutely cannot break through my sword rank and seek death. Approved. What of the land? Today, I shall cut the ground. You. He actually wanted to cut down this target. Are you really crazy? Sword land. Sword claws restricted the sword spirit clan. Is it still the same now? Now, the sword species of my sword spirit clan. There are no restrictions on clan members, but as a forbidden zone, no members of the sword spirit clan will set foot there. Since there are no such restrictions now, why hasn't anyone gone to this sword seed yet to join? Since the sword seed is the grave of 10,000 swords, we naturally want to remain still before it. How could I lightly set foot in and disturb him? It was a dead child. The old fool swords asks the heavens, come and fight. Kid. You asking for death? If. At this moment, the Heavenly Emperor's power was still on Chongtong, and it's not just that. At this moment, the young Heavenly Emperor was no match for Jian Wentian. At the critical moment, Ashwe sent the sword. He forged that sword of wisdom. The young Heavenly Emperor's talent surpasses seeing the heavens. The young Heavenly Emperor is now also fighting to the point of burning his bridges. Fight with your back to the river. Even if it's just a quasi-ground spot, the young Heavenly Emperor might really be able to kill him. The current Forbidden Land seems somewhat strange. Original. Source essence and blood. The gap is so huge. It wasn't something the young Heavenly Emperor could erase by burning his primordial essence blood. The young Heavenly Emperor wanted to break the deadlock. It must still rely on the power of divine weapons. Kid. You asking for trouble? What? Money. That acts you and you are neither related nor related. What are you risking your life for? Madman. This is a madman. How am I supposed to escape from here? No need to look for it. You can't escape from here. In this prison, I am the direction. I am the one who determines fortune and misfortune. Today I will surely behead you. No sword saint, but only a sword. Sword Emperor. What does it mean for a sword saint to have a sword? And what is the sword prison? The sword prison of the Heavenly Emperor. He had reached the level where no sword saint had a sword. A speck of dust in the sword prison. Even a trace of air can turn into an invisible sword. Kid, you asking for death? And did not know the second child. I'll tell you right away. What is the standard ground? What is a subtle realm? And died to the throne. I have reasons I can't say. And died to the throne. I have reasons I can't say. I will protect the important person in my heart. Previously, you asked me what this was. This time, I will tell you what this sword is called. This sword is called Guardian. I am a quasi-emperor. How could you kill me? How? Maybe, the Heavenly Emperor really slew the Quasi-Emperor. How could an immortal lord at the level of an immortal lord slay him? He slew the Quasi-Emperor with the realm of the immortal lord. Truly worthy of being called the Heavenly Emperor. Wandering Sword Heart. The sword of protection. It truly is a power that can create miracles. Young Yifeng and Ashue. After arriving at the Sword Forest Forbidden Emperor, it seems like my headaches are getting more and more frequent. False. The emperor is indeed a false emperor. In the end, it was never a matter of public attention. The greatest crisis has been resolved. Why was Axu not by his side after that? Could it be that Axu really has a lifespan prohibition? Isn't he by the Heavenly Emperor's side? Ashue will surely die when her lifespan runs out. After all, in the end, it was the Heavenly Emperor who was reluctant to give him instructions. This sword pet Forbidden Emperor. There must really be something strange about it. Ashue. Ashue. I fought with sword kissing heaven. I've said it before. We have other options. Silly blockhead, we can be together forever. Zizi, that was truly a touching scene just now. What a beautiful scene. What about Snow? What about Snow? She has already been destroyed by the old man. Entering the sword residence pool, it became the nourishment for the entire sword retention pool. I killed him. Overestimating oneself. Sixth level of minor skills. Old. Fu is the ancestor of the Sword Forest clan. Before this old man, you have no chance. You give me back Ashue. Return it. It's truly laughable. That girl from Sword Valley just now, he had already thrown himself into the sword pool. How can I repay you? Ancient texts faintly recorded, "No time to send a message to Sword Valley." Unexpectedly, it was real. I was already lacking some grounding. The girl from Sword Valley really appeared at just the right time. "Little child, don't waste your effort. Do you know why I wait for you to come back? Seeing such a wonderful bond between you and my favorite. It is about destroying this beauty." He was deliberately waiting for the young heavenly emperor to return. Let the young heavenly emperor watch a Shui with his own eyes. Devote yourself to the sword pool, disappearing before his eyes. This kid is a bit sinister. Fortunately, the first sword had already been fully forged. Bring it here. Rose. Silly blockhead. Silly blockhead. Silly blockhead. Did I startle you? Just now, I almost perished completely. But if I die, how are you going to deal with that bad old man? So I tried hard to integrate this sword. Fortunately, this sword is also responding to me. I succeeded easily. Transform into the sword spirit of this sword. He can forge the strongest sword with his own body. This is when I am most useful. You should be happy for me. It's just a pity. From now on, I will never be able to drink the soup you make again. I can no longer accompany you in human form. Wood, holding this sword, you have to win against anyone. If I die like this, what about the wood? He was so badly injured. How could he possibly face an emperor? Don't forget, can I die? Don't come looking for me too soon. Yield. The sword you painted, stained with filthy blood. Fresh wolf, no? Maybe. Little one. Your actions angered the heavenly Tao. Heaven will surely gather them. True. It's laughable. Youth world is truly foolish to the extreme. He didn't even need to hand over the sword. Purple Heaven Calamity Thunder. The Purple Heaven Calamity Thunder appeared. It means the earth is at Jujie. No wonder later generations no longer restricted the Sword Spirit clan by the Sword Spirit Emperor. It was destroyed by the next Purple Cloud Festival Thunder. Today, I will definitely compete for supremacy with this heavenly Tao. Today, I am the late emperor. The old dog's sword returns to dust, and came to accept death. Xiao you're asking for trouble. Little kid, do you really think holding such a strange Fei Jian should be enough to win? How is that possible? I am the sword of the great emperor. Little child. You really are the old man I have been for 10,000 years, the greatest sword prodigy he had ever seen. I already feel a bit regretful. They didn't kill you immediately. Fortunately, it's not too late for now. Today you will die. A Xian. You once said I would hold this sword. Winning against anyone. Now I'll win and show you. Chamatu. Little child. Since you want to die, then I'll completely grant your wish. The ghost minister swords that slay the heavens. Huh. I jumped. This was clearly not the true purple howling thunder dragon. However, this power is also unacceptable. Change the fish, you. Supernatural powers. The Heavenly Emperor was previously in the 5 True Dragon Festivals. He actually comprehended the Heavenly Emperor's divine power. Completed. Soldiers. Scatter the fighting to form soldiers. This is the power of 10,000 swords that you look down upon. Little flying sword, however. The will of the mere broken sword. How could I drink it? No? The trouble lies in scattering and fighting to form armies. The Heavenly Emperor's divine power comprehended. It was truly terrifying. Break it for me. I want to see for myself. What other tricks do you have to defeat me? But it was just a waste and a broken sword. What right do you have to deal with me, believing that the sword prison could not be opened again for the time being? Am I too powerless to kill you? He was a sword cultivator, looking down on the sword of the world. Next, you will learn about the world of 10,000 swords. Thank you. This sword is renowned throughout the world. Today, I will use this sword of the world to strike you down. One sword opens the heavenly gate. And the son of the late emperor was executed by beheading the great emperor. The heavenly emperor is truly terrifying, really. It was achieved and beheaded. Jian Guichen's prison dog, Axu, can only remain trapped inside the sword as a sword spirit. Unexpectedly, Jian Guichen was still alive. A great emperor. Clearly, it's not something that can fall so easily. Little child. Anyway, the person who saved you was from the Sword Spirit clan. Today, you have wiped out my entire Sword Spirit clan. Top-tier powerhouses. Let's see how you can handle it. This karma. How to make your sword heart flawless. Moreover, this emperor is present today. Is the blood of the very heart of this emperor's land. From then on, for all eternity, he was a descendant of the emperor's lineage. Between you and the fight to the death, even if it means slaughtering the entire 9 heavens and 10 earths, I will surely execute you. I feel a bit sorry for his descendants. There is such an ancestor. Take advantage of the bad luck you've suffered for 8 lifetimes. Could it be that the Heavenly Emperor will one day slaughter the Sword God clan? Those slaughtered were all descendants of Jian Guichen. The new nature displayed by the young Heavenly Emperor, conduct and the demeanor of a gentleman. If not for this reason, how could he possibly slaughter the Sword Spirit clan? Sword Boy and Empress Lady, why don't you say something? Hurry up and tell everyone. The Heavenly Emperor was definitely not slaughtering a descendant of Jian Guichen. Sword Emperor, you're so seniorized in the Blade and Spirit clan. You should be familiar with this. Wood. It's okay. You're already this strong now. In the future, they will definitely be even less able to beat you. At worst, just kill one by one. 2 come and kill a pair. Alright, let the snow be yours. But I'll kill each one of them. It truly comes to a moment of necessity. I will wipe out the descendants of this Jian Guichen clan. Just as expected, the Heavenly Emperor's future alliance with the Sword Spirit clan. It was very likely because of this main position. You can guarantee that none of your loved ones are among them. By the way, the ancient Sword Spirit clan, one of them vanished without a trace. All sword cultivators' sword techniques were wiped out. It must be the Heavenly Emperor's vent of anger at the Sword Nature clan that destroyed the Eastern Sword Prison. From now on, I'll be by the wooden girl's side. As the Earth Sword, I will accompany you by your side. I'll help you get revenge, waiting for you to avenge your great revenge. Just find a girl you like. Establish a family and have children. Live happily. Today, suppressing you and 10,000. If any of you truly comprehend the intent of the sword path, one must cultivate strength and cultivate the mind. You can escape early. It's nothing, it was just suppression. The young Heavenly Emperor really isn't someone to test his kill. Not bad. It turned out that the entire Eastern Sword Prison had disappeared back then. It's because the Heavenly Emperor's suppression is absolute. Wood. What did you mean by cause and effect before? You probably just wanted to abandon that sword and return to the city in the end. I swear. Let's return to sword certificate first. Let the 10,000 swords return to their place. All right. A shui. This Shu Jiankai. Will it still make you suffer the pain of being burned by fire? No, oh, would. Now I'm a sword spirit. The flames in the sword pool even paid some attention to me, of course. It's true. If you don't believe me, I'll show you how to make it. Would, I'm not lying to you, am I? I had previously flipped through the Blade and Spirit Clan's many books. It records the abandonment of sword spirits. The sword's heart cannot be encountered, but if he voluntarily gave up his sword heart, you can give the sword heart to the sword spirit. If the sword heart of the youthful world was given to a shui, could Axu really be the future Empress Jianyun? Yes. He gave up his own Kenshin. Ashu, do you know? What I said to Jian Gui Chen before was off topic. This karma, and it will be clear. Today, I will give you my wandering sword heart. From now on, no one can call you a useless person. You will be the most dazzling sword Dao heavenly sect. Today, I have banned and wiped out the top experts of the Sworded clan. One day, I will reclaim the most dazzling member of the Jianling clan, enough to dominate Sword Turtle Chen, the Sword Age Ancestor's Empress, thus. But that's enough. After obtaining Kenshin, a shui, you will finally turn the sword spirit into a human. Start life with a brand new attitude, and forget all of the past. But one day, Axu, you will eventually remember me. Right? Definitely. It won't be like that. You will live with a brand new attitude. Then he would use sword heart again. Sword Empress Ming, impossible. Absolutely impossible, yes. Spirit Heart Sword. There are no inscriptions on this Earth Sword. It was definitely not the Spirit Heart Sword. We agreed on it. Name your sword. It should be called the Spirit Heart Sword. The inscription on the Lingxin sword, that's how it came about. Sword. A disabled member of the Spirit clan, so that in the future can understand the Spirit Sword and the Spirit Strange clan. It is the sword cultivation manual of the Sword Spirit Alien clan. Now, our clan sword is sword-like. It was actually woven by heaven and earth. Original. This is what a forbidden sword emperor is. In later generations, the truth of our clan will no longer be limited. The restrictions of the sword-seeded forbidden emperor. It has never been broken from beginning to end. It's just that the restrictions on the sword spirit alien race are no longer restricted. The local people hate it. I have already participated in the Earth Soul Curse for you, cursing you to be abandoned by all, curse that you will be taken captive by all peoples, cursing you to bear an eternal infamy. In the future, you will surely be ruined and disgraced. The Sword Ghost Minister cursed heaven and earth. And the people have misunderstood and misunderstood him. Could it be that we really misunderstood the world? The curse is said to be illusory and elusive, even if it's an emperor's curse. So what? Moreover, he was a great villain testing to kill him. This is an undeniable fact. It was forbidden by the sword-pet Golden Emperor. The young Heavenly Emperor had lost all his swordsmanship cultivation. Naturally, the Golden Emperor excluded him. Sword Boy and Empress Lady, even if the Heavenly Emperor once treated you very well, that is all in the past. You wouldn't want the Sword Spirit clan to be on the opposite side of the entire world. Sword. The Empress of the House, you don't play fair. Liu Qingcheng. Sword-length Empress. I won't allow you to rescue her. It's truly laughable. What if I insist on saving her? Don't force me to approve your landscape map. Sword Spirit Empress. If you really want to put the Sword Forest clan on the opposite side of the entire world. No name. From today onward, the Sword Forest clan is entrusted to you. From then on, the Sword Forest clan had no female emperor. Your Majesty. In this world, only the Empress is qualified to command the establishment order. The current Empress cannot save the world. Today, Wang Teng, have come to stop you. I couldn't protect her back then. Could it be that we still can't protect her today? Today I will save her. If Earth Peak isn't enough, today, I will break through the Earth. What kind of sword is this? 2. The way of the human sword must go further. To save the Heavenly Emperor, you actually broke through at the last minute. Unreasonable. Separate me from you. He couldn't let him save the Heavenly Emperor. Finally, he could save that wooden figure, so that I and him will never be separated again. Literature must endure through the ages. Virtue and virtue proclaim heaven and earth. The world was filled with widespread discussion. Only the absence of Confucian scholars is honored. Muyuni, you dare stop me too. Empress of Buildings, you want to rescue the Heavenly Emperor. This would be to challenge the great Buwei of the world. How could I not stop you? Moreover, the Heavenly Emperor placed a soul-testing bone on my son that day. It nearly cost my son's life. How could I let you save her? This Empress of Rumin actually blocked the Sword Cloud Empress. This was the first time she had seen the Empress of Rumin take action. Closed. Yes, I still have a key to restore my severed arm. A mere arm is nothing. Emperor Jian. Why do you have to be like this? Emperor Jian, even you have to step in to save the Heavenly Emperor. This old man's swordsmanship cultivation comes from heaven and earth. If he didn't make a move this time, how can one day ensure the sword heart is flawless? The Nameless Sword Prison. Why must the king and emperor intervene? Let me, Sanyuan, witness the Sword Emperor's ultimate moves. I have always prided myself on being the leader of the Righteous Alliance, but now, he was tangled up in a deep relationship with the evil cultivator. By then, who would still recognize me as the leader of the Righteous Alliance? Gang. The Sword Empress was able to break through the spiritual array just to save her brother. I can do it too. Since the Earth Peak cannot break through this formation heavenly tower, then I will break through this Earth. Peace. The soldiers actually broke through the tower. You need to stay calm. Heaven and Earth are a great demon. It's not worth you saving me. You're wrong. I'm not trying to save Heaven and Earth. I will stand here. Simply because I was born rebellious, white. The fox laughed. My body. Master of the Yang Luo Hall, your play should come to an end. Kings and Emperors. The King Emperor is the master of the Yama Hall. Wipe out my entire village, hunt down Ning Bing. Today, the rebels will never be allowed to ascend the court. All the past had its reasons. I don't blame you. The false first deceived the heart, and Zhu Di was shrouded in dust. It's time for you to know the truth. Younger brother, Empress, do you know that the Liu family is a descendant of the White Lotus clan? Generations have suppressed the Netherworld Holy See. The Heavenly Emperor secretly cultivated demonic arts, and colluded with the Lord of the Sacred Sea. 3 years later, Shanghai Fengyi will surely be defeated. The entire Liu clan would become sacrificial offerings. Utter nonsense. Your Majesty holds the realm in your heart. It would never be possible to commit such rebellion. The only solution right now, it was like watering a pale face with earth blood. Reforge the blood sea seal. After the matter is accomplished, I only spent his cultivation. You too can retire to the mountains and live peacefully. You swear immediately. After the matter is accomplished, he absolutely cannot surpass the heavens and earth in even the slightest way. The upheaval of the drifters testing the sea, and rumors that you collude with evil spirits. What exactly happened? I have never fallen into the demonic path. It implied collusion with the Lord of the Blood Sea. I am merely turning myself into a prison. He permanently suppressed the sea of blood within himself. I always thought I was protecting my people, to save the common people. It turned out I had been deceived by a villain. Sorry for you. Please. Endure a little longer. Mother will definitely find a way to save you. Empress. The soul-slaying bone was too domineering. Then I searched the heavens, but there was no method to break the bone. Fellow travelers, surely everyone knows that the young master of the Confucian sect contains the soul-slaying bone. Every day, I receive the soul knotted with a rope. Pitiful and lamentable. Young Master Wang was broad-minded and knowledgeable. It is unknown whether one can discern the origin of this valley. Is there a way to resolve this? This valley is the top forbidden valley of the 9 heavens, soul-testing valley, and the identity of the people from lower valley was even more different. Could it be the work of the external demon? This is not so. The one who planted this soul-testing valley, this is the current emperor's night breeze. What? It turned out to be the work of the heavenly emperor. I don't want to believe it either, but all the heavenly secrets pointed to the heavenly emperor. The only solution to this valley. It is like the heavenly emperor's night wind, life and death, and the passing of thieves. Why must the heavenly emperor have to live or die to break the GU? This GU is based on the origin of the heavenly emperor. As long as he was alive, the GU will never dissipate. Only the heavenly emperor has fallen. Only then can it resolve itself. I had no intention of piety or conflict. Retreat. And could not bear to see the children, and encountered this evil poison. Original. Come, my son was saved by the heavenly emperor. I have always been. He was actually repaying kindness with enmity. Old. My sister has already turned into a spirit-seeking potion. The Empress's deviation into demonic energy was too dangerous. Ordinary immortal medicine simply can't keep the falling bone at all. Now, only the treasure, 10,000 years of determination can suppress the icy cold and departing energy. Repairs damaged meridians. The spirit of the soldiers lasted for 10,000 years. That was the personal treasure of the heavenly emperor Yefeng. How could you lend me so easily, king? The young lord came here surely to save his life. I heard the empress was robbed. Anxious as if burning with anxiety, he hurried to the heavenly emperor's palace to meet him, pleading for the empress to intercede. You have begged the heavenly emperor. I informed the heavenly emperor. The 10,000-year soldier's heart only needs to be borrowed once. After saving the empress's life, he could return it, but the heavenly emperor's attitude was icy cold. Verbal refusal. How could the heavenly emperor be so heartless? Is the treasure more important than the life of a landowner? Wen Ting, the empress of the mysterious soldiers, was lost in madness. Tempering with a 10,000-year-old soldier's heart, this will help her break free.